What the men could not do, the women have finally done it. Yes, breaking news, India have qualified for the final of the historic Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup with a comprehensive 8-wicket win against New Zealand. Yes, the first semi-final saw India put on a dominant clinical performance and they have romped home by 8 wickets to become the first team to qualify for the final. Remember, India will now face the winner of the England versus Australia second semi-final, which will happen at the same venue in a couple of hours' time. So yet again, it was a dominant performance from India. The stars, leg spinner Parshvi Chopra and Shweta Sehrawat from Delhi and Soumya Tiwari. These three players had a really good match, and it was testament that India did not let go of the grip that they had against New Zealand. Remember, heading into this tournament, New Zealand had also secured some very comprehensive win. Against the West Indies, they won by 10 wickets. Against one opponent, they had won by 103 runs. So basically, from the league stages until now, India and New Zealand were both undefeated. Basically, India's one loss to Australia, that could have dented their momentum, but they have shown that they can overcome that loss, and they have put in a clinical show against a New Zealand team that were undefeated until the semi-finals. So, India had won the toss and they chose to bowl in this first encounter, and immediately they had them in trouble when they reduced New Zealand to 7 for 91. Mannat Kashyap, the left-arm orthodox spinner from Patiala, put in a brilliant show. 1 for 21 yet again, economy and wicket penetration. But the young leg spinner, Parshvi Chopra, I mean, what can we say about her? The leg spinner from Bulandshahr in New Delhi from Uttar Pradesh is really redefining how it is to bowl leg spin in the Under-19 World Cup. Because in the game against Sri Lanka, Parshvi Chopra had put in a fantastic show. You could remember one of the viral clips that's going when she's bowling one batter around her legs, and that's why Parshvi Chopra with a 3-wicket haul absolutely did not give New Zealand any kind of leverage whatsoever. And if you have to look at who was the highest scorer, Georgia Plimmer, 35 of 32, but she only hit 2 fours. Isabel Gaze, 26 of 22. Captain Izzy Sharp, 26 of 22, 13 of 14. Only 7 fours and 1 6 in the entire New Zealand innings, and that was a major problem. They crawled to 107 for 9, and that is why India were already one step closer to the final. Shweta Sehrawat yet again has shown that she is one for the future. Her average in this tournament has been over 100 and a strike rate has been 142. She showed exactly why she is touted for greater things, because in the chase, India could have been in big trouble early on because they had lost Shefali Verma cheaply again. Anna Browning got the wicket. Shefali Verma fell for 10 of 9 balls, but Shweta Sehrawat, her partnership with Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh's Soumya Tiwari, 61 and 22, their partnership ensured India had no problem whatsoever. And so, Shweta Sehrawat, 61 of 45, 10 fours. Soumya Tiwari, 22 of 26, 3 fours, ensured that India registered a comprehensive 8-wicket win against New Zealand and have sealed their spot in the final of the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. Remember, they had dominated the league stages India in Group D. They had won all their 3 games, beating South Africa by a big margin, beating UAE and Scotland. In the Super 6 stage, they lost to Australia. They were bundled out for 87 and Australia chased it down very easily. But because they benefited from 4 points carried forward into the Super 6 stage, they only needed to beat Sri Lanka. And they did it with a very comprehensive margin, restricting Sri Lanka to just 59 for 9 and 20 overs. So India will face the winner of the England versus Australia semi-final. That match will be played on Sunday, the final. And India, we all know how dominant they have been in Under-19 World Cups. I mean, you just have to look at the men. They have won 5 Under-19 World Cups. India, the women, could soon join them and they could have an Under-19 title soon. So breaking news for people who are joining us at this point in time, India have finally reached the final of the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. They have beaten New Zealand by 8 wickets, and they will now meet the winner of the England versus Australia semi-final that will happen in a couple of hours' time. The final is on Sunday, and it will be at 5:15 p.m. IST. India's champions will be hoping to create history because this is the very first under 19 women's T20 World Cup edition. And India could very well stamp their mark and create something very, very special. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Press the like, comment, and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.